6 specific shifts. That's what stands between the version of you staring at a screen in the dark right now and the version of you who actually builds a life worth living. I'm not going to feed you empty hype today. You don't need another guy yelling at you to just grind harder. Grinding harder is poison. What you need is a literal way out of the mud. A ladder. I remember being 23, sitting in a cramped apartment that smelled like stale air and failure. 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling. Every single day bled into the exact same grey blur. Watching my friends get real jobs, moving to new cities, building actual lives, and I just sat there, frozen, convinced I was fundamentally broken. Like everyone else got an instruction manual, and mine got lost in the mail. But I wasn't broken. I just didn't have the right tools. Nobody tells you how deafening the silence of the real world is. The structure of school suddenly vanishes. Nobody is grading you anymore. Suddenly, you're entirely responsible for your own survival. It's terrifying. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through 6 changes. Not a quick checklist to rush through. Just one piece at a time. I want you to actually sit with each of these. Let them hit you. Don't just nod along. Because these are the exact steps I used to crawl out of that dark apartment. The first one is about the very beginning of your day. Listen to me. Getting up early does absolutely nothing for you if you just roll over and scroll feeds in the dark. That's a complete waste of sleep. Your morning needs a ruthless, unbreakable structure. Split it into 20-minute blocks. Move your body. Sit and reflect. Then grow. The exact second your feet hit the floor, you need to sweat. Do burpees. Run stairs in your apartment building. Wake up the nervous system. Flush out the cortisol from whatever anxiety kept you tossing and turning last night. Get the blood moving to your brain. Then the next 20 minutes are for reflection. Grab a cheap spiral notebook. Bleed your chaotic thoughts onto paper. Meditate, if that's your thing. Whatever you do, get the mental garbage out of your head so you can actually think clearly. Finally, the last block is for studying. Read a physical book. Watch a tutorial on a hard skill. Learn something that actually makes you valuable. Most guys stay unemployed or stuck pouring coffee because they let chaos dictate their momentum for the rest of the day. Steal back that first hour. Make it yours. Claim those guaranteed wins before the sun even comes up. The confidence you build in the dark. Actually, I know for a fact, that's exactly what gets you through those brutal interviews in the light. The next concept is harder to swallow, because everyone online screams about mindset. Fix your thoughts. Fix your entire life. It's garbage advice. Half the truth at best. A brilliant brain will still crash and burn if it's driving a broken machine. You have 4 internal engines. Your mind, sure, but also your emotions, your physical health, and your spirit. A sharp intellect can't outthink suppressed anger, and you definitely can't out-hustle the grief of feeling left behind. That's your heart. You have to clean that out. Plus, you can't build an empire on 3 hours of sleep and gas station food. That's your health. Biology will eventually collect its debt. There's also no way to find fulfillment chasing a corporate gig your parents picked for you. That's your soul. I see so many young people try to learn coding or slap together a shiny new resume, thinking a new paycheck will cure their deep, lingering depression. It won't. Go hit the weights. Process the rejection you've been carrying around like a heavy backpack. Figure out what actually matters to you. Stop treating yourself like a floating brain in a jar. You're a whole human being. Start acting like one. Then there's this next rule. This one almost broke me to figure out. For the next 90 days, take the first 90 minutes of your workday. Give it to one single project, unbroken, violent obsession. The massive problem with being young and ambitious is how fractured your attention gets. Trying to fix your finances, get in shape, figure out your career. All by Tuesday. Stop doing that. Spreading yourself too thin means you make zero impact anywhere. Pick one high-income skill, copywriting, or data analysis, maybe video editing, whatever it is. Before clocking into your dead-end shift, sit down. Give that skill 90 minutes of pure aggressive focus. No emails, no texts. Over 3 months, that adds up to 135 hours of deep work. Enough time to build a portfolio, making you completely undeniable. You'll outshine people who have been in the industry for years, simply because they're busy answering instant messages all morning. While you're actually building something real, find your one thing. Go completely blind to everything else. Now here's where most people quit. Right here. Society lies to you constantly. Experts say it takes 21 days to build a habit. So you try waking up early, or sending out job applications every single morning. Week 3 hits. The process still feels like agonizing torture. You assume you failed, thinking you're just not cut out for success. You didn't fail. Neuroscience proves it actually takes an average of 66 days to wire in a new routine. The first 22 days are pure destruction. It's messy. Tearing down your old lazy self physically hurts. Then the next 22 days become chaotic. You feel confused, exhausted. Finally, the last phase is integration. That's when the action becomes automatic. Beautiful, even. The sheer exhaustion you feel right now, trying to change your life. It isn't a sign of being defective. That's just the mandatory destruction phase. White-knuckle it for 2 months. Expect the pain. Embrace the suck. I promise there is a clearing on the exact other side. This next piece goes against everything the internet preaches. Hustle culture tells us to grind until our eyes bleed, claiming if you aren't working, someone else is outworking you. That mentality will put you in an early grave. Sustained elite performance actually requires swinging like a pendulum, moving between intense, aggressive work and deep, unplugged recovery. People don't build muscle in the gym. They tear fibers there. Growth happens when you go home and sleep. Your brain works the exact same way. Depleting mental assets without replenishing them guarantees you'll end up mediocre, burnt out, and bitter at 25. Schedule your time off just as fiercely as your interviews. Take a long walk in the woods, leave your phone in the car, play a video game and actually enjoy it without that sick feeling of guilt in your stomach. Sleep 8 solid hours. Rest isn't laziness. It's a biological requirement. Keep the blade sharp. Don't hack at a massive tree with a dull axe. The final shift. You have to build a moat around your attention. Your smartphone is the single biggest reason you're still stuck. It's a weapon designed by brilliant engineers to steal your focus. Doing work that actually gets you hired requires engineering bubbles of total isolation. When sitting down to write that cover letter, or studying for a certification, put the device in a completely different room. Disconnect the router if you have to. Starve your distractions. Force yourself into a physical environment where the only hit of dopamine available comes from finishing the work in front of you. Most guys can't sit quietly in a room for 10 minutes without reaching for a screen. It's pathetic. But if you can conquer that impulse, building that physical moat doubles your output overnight. You'll tap into a rhythm producing work twice as good in half the time. Protect your focus like it's your life. Because it really is. You've heard all of this now. These concepts are out of my head and sitting right there in yours. Now we find out what you're going to do with the information. You basically have two choices here. Scroll to the next video. Let this fade into the background noise of the internet. Go back to feeling stuck, angry, paralyzed by the future. Or grab just one of these things. Just one. Wake up tomorrow and own that first hour. Maybe put the phone in the kitchen for 90 minutes. Start actually resting instead of doom scrolling until 3 a.m. I'm daring you to step into the destruction phase. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. It's not coming. I know how dark it gets when you feel like you're constantly falling behind. I was right there in the dirt with you, feeling the exact same panic in my chest. But nobody is coming to save you. There is no white knight. Nobody is going to hand you a lucky break. You have to become your own rescue party. The map is in your hands now. Stop staring at the obstacle. Just walk through it. Eyes up. We aren't done yet.